Okay, you can start.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah,
Good
good afternoon.
afternoon, Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ayeye Mayomi, and today I'll be presenting on the topic quality control tests for bulk powders used internally. I'll begin with a brief introduction on bulk powders and why quality control is important before moving to the text. Bulk powders used internally are solid pharmaceutical preparations for internal use only, intended for oral administrations. Examples include our oral rehydration salts, which we also know as ORS, antacid, and analgesic powders. So now, why quality control is important in bulk powders used internally? Quality control is necessary to ensure the patient's safety, correct dosage, effectiveness, uniformity, stability, and purity. And also, why quality control tests is important in bulk powders used internally. Quality control tests helps us to detect contamination, incorrect dosing, moisture problems, particle size issues, and packaging defects, ensuring they meet pharmacopoeia standard. Now, moving to the main test, quality control test for bulk powders used internally. I'll start with number one. We have organoleptic tests, identification tests, physical tests, chemical and purity tests, and microbial tests. We start with the first one, which is organoleptic text. The word organoleptic text is gotten from the word organo, means relating to the body. Then leptic means to perceive, sense, or smell. This text tells us about how we use our nose, our eyes, and tongues to evaluate a product. So we move on to identification test. Why do we identify tests? It's to make sure the powder we are handling is exactly what labels says. For example, we have some examples here. We have paracetamol turns violet when ferric chloride is added and the powder turns purple. Another example here, we have sodium bicarbonate. It freezes instantly with a little dilute acid. What is dilute acid? A dilute acid is an acid with a low concentration, meaning lots of water have been mixed in it. Another example, we have identification tests. We have starch. Starch gives a deep blue-black color when iodine is added. Then we have tax. It simply stays insoluble in water or acid. This means it does not dissolve in water or dilute acid. Its fine particles feel slippery or easy to touch. Then we move on to the next test, which is physical test. Under the physical test, we have two main examples. Number one, we have particle size and size distribution. If the size, this tells us about if the particle size are too big, they may not dissolve quickly enough. If they are too small, they may clump or flow poorly. For us to check those particles, if they are too big or too clump, we use sieving. Sieving, the powder is passed through a series of mash screens that have holes of known sizes. The amount that stays on each string tells us the size range. Number two, under the physical test, we have bulk density and tab density. The bulk density tells us how much powder we fit in a given container. For example, we have a sachet, and we have under the bulk density, we have tab density also. The tab density shows how much the powder have been contacted by shaking or tapping for these two numbers we calculated. Then after the physical test, we move on to the chemical test. There are two main groups of tests performed to confirm what's inside the powder. Number one, we have assay. It means confirming the right dose. The assay tells us exactly how much active ingredients is in the powder. According to BP and USP standard, the active ingredient content has to be within 95 to 105% of the desired dose, and we can determine them by using titration, then HPLC. HPLC, the full meaning is high performance liquid chromatography. Then under the chemical and purity test, we also have another example, which is limit test for impurities. This test looks for trace substance that could be toxic or that shows the powder has started to break down. Every tiny particles, every tiny amount can be poisonous and can affect stability or cause unwanted taste. So chemical and purity test basically talks about how much of the active ingredients is really in the powder. And we can run an assay by titration, either HPLC or UV. So we know the drug is about 95 and 105% of what the label says. Then after that, we move on to microbial tests. Why do we do microbial tests? When a powder is made to be taken by mouth, we make sure that it's not hiding any harmful microbes. So we look for number one, the total aerobic microbial count, from TAMC. This is the total germ count by counting how many living bacteria are present in 1 gram of powder. Number two, we have total yeast and mold count. This checks for fungi, yeast, and molds that could grow in moist environment. Then number three, we have absence of specific pathogens. Some bacteria are especially dangerous, so we test for them directly. The powder must be free from Escherichia coli, Salmonella, then Staphylococcus aureus, etc. So we move on to the reason why we do microbial tests. Even a small, why it matters that we do microbial tests, even a small number of wrong microbes can cause infection, especially in people with weakened immune system. Keeping the amount low can also keeping the count low also helps the powder stay stable and not develop off flavors or clumpy. So we move on to our conclusion. To summarize every batch of bulk powders used internally, one must pass these 5 major quality control tests. Organoleptic tests means to sense, to perceive, or smell. The identification test means to confirm what you are preparing, your powder and everything. Then the physical test, the appearance and the behavior, what you are preparing, how is it, and how is the label and all that. Then the chemical and purity, correct strength, free from harmful impurities. If you are working with the correct strength and all that, then microbial test, we have safe from germs, check if it's hiding any microbes like Escherichia coli and all that. Only when the powder passes all these tests can we confidently dispense or manufacture safe and effective medicines to our patients. Then our reference, we have British Pharmacopoeia. Sorry about that. We have British Pharmacopoeia 2025, Stationery Office, London, United States Pharmacopoeia 42NF 38, 2025, then Asia Pharmaceutical Dosage Forms and Drugs Delivery System, 11th ED, Lincotia Williams and Willington, 2018. Thank you.
Yola, please mute your mic. All right, thank you. Wow. Look as if I was in lecture being delivered by one professor.
Nice.
Professor. I am impressed. I will not lie to you. I am impressed.
Thank you very much, sir.
This is one of the best. No wonder you have the confidence that I should record and post. Now understand where the confidence is coming from. That's good. I am impressed.
Thank you, sir.
I am impressed. And your slide is something else. Your slide is out of this world. How I wish others are here. I will tell them to come to this presentation. I don't know why they don't want to join. Only one person can look at what they missed. Even yourself, where you coming? in other people's presentation. You said.
Mm.
So how they
I
how they come
I came once, sir.
how they come for, how would they come for their own when they are not coming for their own? All right, so now let me start from the slide.
Okay, sir.
The slide is wonderful. The only thing you missed in this here now is just the name of the school and the this date is not necessary because it can change. Even if
Yes.
you must put, you may simply put December 2025. It's okay.
Okay.
Then your matric number should be complete because somebody in first year may say have this number.
Okay.
Next thing is name of your lecturer is not here. Then you try to paginate it. I want my work to be paginated. Your font size, everything, your font size is clear. No matter where how you project it, anybody in any hall can see it clearly. It's neat. Man,
Okay, sir.
wow, it's clean. So then where I will take so see one of the things is on your reference. You are referencing this reference at the back. Which reference system did you use? Do you know the different reference systems?
Mm.
I was living on the assumption that you guys did referencing in your English 101 in your writing skill. I thought you guys did it, but I was
Reference.
told that did you do it in
No,
your first year?
no, no, no.
Okay, no problem. I am. Let me just say one or two things. Maybe I'll still make our time to choose that time. Maybe next section, next semester. Even though it's not my duty, because these are things you should do in your English and also you also do it in your final year in your seminar presentation in preparation for your project. But you were there when I was those in public health final years when I was anchoring their this thing when I was
I
one
don't.
of the examiners in their presentation project
Yeah, but
defense.
yeah, I not stay
You
up
were
to
there,
five
huh?
minutes.
So why didn't you, it was open for everybody to come and join. These are the things you like. Yeah, everything you must not be taught everything in the class. So there's some things you go out to learn. That was why we allowed this. We allowed the student from different department to come for that thing because you will learn a lot from it. Why did you miss such a thing? Because had it been you were there, you would have put what you learned from that place. It's also the same. It's the same school. It's open for everybody. If you were there, you could have factored in what you learned there in this you are referencing. Let me say one or two things. In you using something like upper system. I am not going deep there. In your referencing, you see all the distance you have in your reference now. One, the popular
Mm.
one we would normally use. The popular one we normally use is upper system. Upper system means American Psychological Association. After you can go and research on it on how to use upper reference style. Read it. If I see any materials, and maybe I will also send you guys one or two materials so you can read it. Had it been you use upper system now, you don't number all these things. 1, 2, 3. What you do is that you arrange all these things now according to the alphabetically from the surname of the author should come first. You not arrange them alphabetically based on the surname of the author or whatever group you got the information from or whatever website you got the information from. The meaning of this reference is that you consulted each of these materials when you were writing your work. That is the meaning. So what it means is that let's assume that this British pharmacopoeia 2025, there should be a place inside your work, that exact point, that particular things you took from British pharmacopoeia. Maybe you may introduce it like according to British pharmacopoeia 2025, blah 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 blah, or British or you say something organoleptic test takes the make it in organoleptic text. We make use of our five senses to blah blah blah. You write it in bracket. You can put that in first. You write in bracket. If the author is Isaiah Chetanna, you just write the surname Isaiah, comma the year he wrote the work. The year the work was published in bracket. Then you continue your work. You have quoted my work. You must have been seeing such in some textbooks. If for those that read, I believe you read, you must have been seeing such in some works. That is how you keep quoting all the materials. You don't use somebody's work completely. You can just pick a point from the person's work, then put your own understanding and do what elaborate on that point based on your own knowledge too. So when you are done at the back of your work now, you not to start arranging all those people you quoted in your references. There's a particular pattern you use. The surname, if it is one author, if it's only me, Isaiah EC, you write my name, Isaiah EC, in bracket 2025. You write the title of you write the title of the work. If it's a published article, you write the article in which it was published in, the volume, the edition, all those things, the pages. So these are things that should be in your reference. Like now, if let's assume that I am an external examiner and you submitted this your work to me, even if I don't have time to go and study reading everything, once I get to your work, I'll look at I'll rush to your reference. Once I see Isaiah EC, I'll go to your work and see is there any place you quoted Isaiah EC. I'll check all the work where you quoted all the works from Isaiah EC. I will check all those you put in your reference. Anybody you put in your reference, you must quote the person in your work. And anybody you quote in your work must appear in your reference. And at the end of this whole thing, I will also check that thing you put. Is it a line with the subsection of the work? Maybe you can't be talking about organoleptic properties and start talking about one thing or the other. So you start talking about and that will quoting something else. Then that thing you quoted and your references, I will trace it to the website or the published articles where you said you got the information from, and check whether that article is actually existing, or even that textbook is existing. So your reference is a very important part of your work. Very important part of your work. So this is what I want you to. After I'll create time to send some materials on how to do references, so that you guys will. Because for second semester we'll do a lot of this presentation. So because then this thing will be a very large chunk of your mark, because I want to train people that are actually research oriented. Very important, very, very important, because the more you read, the more you learn. It's not about cramming your handout. No. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
For your presentation, you're a professor. Have you considered going into lecturing?
No, sir. So it's because it's online, no. If I'm here at this just now, it's because it's online.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. You start from somewhere. Don't worry. We'll talk about that one.
Okay.
You start from somewhere. It doesn't matter. Don't worry. You conquer that one. But what I'm seeing here, perfect. So all you need to do is, even though yes, some percentage of the time you were looking at your work, you read, but the reading was not that much. But try to perfect it. Don't read too much of your work. Look at your points, then explain. I like the linking words of the linking phrase you are using as we are entering another part of it, and you show that you really read this thing. You understood what you prepared, and I am impressed. I am very, very much impressed.
Thank you, sir.
So, another thing I want you to just take these few corrections, and you see yourself becoming better. Is that clear? There's something you
Yes, sir.
mention of content of active ingredient 95% to 105%. Let's assume that the active ingredient in paracetamol is 500 milligram, and you are the one to do this content uniformity analysis to find out and you're giving a particular tablet from a company, having known that the permitted range is 95% to 105%, and the paracetamol, the company claim that the paracetamol in the tablet is 500 milligram. So, what range of paracetamol in milligram will be in the tablet, and you say that that particular tablet passed the test?
The person test is 95%.
And from range from 95% to 105
95% to 105,
to
yes.
105. And the company claim that a paracetamol tablet contains 500 milligrams. So if you want to check whether that tablet will pass the test, what milligram of paracetamol, what range of milligram of paracetamol that will be in that tablet, you say that the tablet is passes the test.
Passes, it passes the test.
Just tell me what you will do. Simple.
You will go for your chemical and purity test to confirm.
He said, let me help you. Let me help you. My system is about to go off. My battery is low. Let me help you. After, go and study it well. If the company claim that the paracetamol in that tablet is 500 milligrams, and if you want to carry out the test, you do find 95% of 95% of 500 milligrams is what? Find it.
Yes, sir.
95% of 500 milligrams is what? Find it and keep, because 95% is the lower limit now. True of us.
True.
Then find 105% of 500 milligrams and keep 10% of 1% of 500 milligrams is what? It's simple. You can do it without calculator. 10% is what?
10% is what?
Of 500 milligrams is what?
Okay.
10%, sharp now. You don't need calculator. Divide 500 by 10 now, straight. My battery is 13% to. I don't want this system to go off.
50, sir.
50.
50.
Put
Yes,
your
sir.
video. Put your video. Put your video on. Okay, if it's 50, 1% is now how many milligrams? 1%. Huh? Are you there? Ah, she has gone. All right, thank you very much. We'll stop here. This my system is about to go off. We'll stop here. We'll conclude the calculation offline or on site. God bless you. Thank you very much. The person that asked question, please. You cannot present here now. You cannot present that particular. Your school own has been. I've ended your school own, so your CA will just come from normal quiz because of what I saw on ground. So sorry about that. But you can be joining the presentation. There's no problem. Okay, Yola.
All right, sir. Okay, sir.
God bless you. Let me stop here. My system is about to go off.
Hello, sir.
Mayomi, let's continue. My system is about to go up. Let's continue offline. Do the
Is
calculation.